In the heart of Nigeria's capital, where ambition meets innovation, a narrative unfolds, depicting resilience, vision, and unwavering commitment. Come along as we explore the life and achievements of a distinguished engineer and leader, Engineer UMAR GAMBO JIBRIN, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers. In the evolving city of Abuja, a young engineer named UMAR GAMBO JIBRIN set out to build the Abuja of his dreams. Born in Kwantagora, Niger State on April 16, 1960, Engineer Jibrin's passion for civil engineering was evident from an early age. His educational journey began in Kwantagora, extending to Government College Bida for secondary education, and culminating in a higher national diploma HND in civil engineering at Kaduna Polytechnic.
Currently, I am the Zarume of Kwantagora. I have that traditional title. I did my primary school in Kwantagora and Rijau, another town within the same emirate. And from there, I went to Government College Bida in 1973. And by 1978, I finished my school certificate and then went to Kaduna Polytechnic, where I read HND Civil Engineering. And after that, I went to Ondo State in a town called Owo, or local government. I did my NYC there between 1983 and 84. And then after the service at the local government headquarters in the same city, I got myself into a private company in Kaduna. They call it Sumo Nigeria Limited. They were doing some construction of roads, buildings, and water supply schemes for Ahmad Bello University and then Kaduna Polytechnic Works Department. After a year, in 1985, I got employment with the Federal Capital Development Authority. And I reported in July 1st, 1985. From then, I've been in the service of FCDA up until 2021. However, along the line, I went back to Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, where I read for Bachelor of Engineering in Water Resources and Environmental Engineering.
Marking a pivotal movement in Engineer Jibrin's career, this transition brought him to the burgeoning canvas of Abuja, a city pulsating with untapped potentials. His pivotal role in constructing the Lower Usuma Dam became a landmark in the city's water supply system.
At the time we came, the water supply system for Abuja was just at the Jabi Lake, the current Jabi Lake that you see. That was the first water scheme that was serving the little part of the city that was at the time, in operation. So after a while, the bigger water project, which is the Lower Usman Dam, became completed, and it became on stream, and it became the real source of water supply. So I happen to be part of the people that have done the work in the coming into being on some of these projects that I'm talking about. And again, after the water project, the district infrastructure works, I happen to be on some of them, in particular the one for Maitama district, where you have all the Nikon Hilton Hotel, all the big maitama that you see in terms of the road network, the sewer systems that you have, and electricity, the solid waste provisions for all the neighborhoods and all the different sectors of Maitama district. We started it and took it up to some point before I was also reassigned to some other projects within the FCDA.
Driven by a thirst for knowledge, Engineer JIBRIN pursued a bachelor's degree in water resources and environmental engineering at Ahmadu Bello University, enriching his expertise.
Once you are a science student, you have options. So anywhere the opportunity comes, of course I went straight to the Faculty of Engineering when I got my SSE, and I was lucky to get the admission at the time, because ordinarily I was looking at the sciences. I wasn't looking anywhere else. Some of the institutions hadn't some other areas, but at least I was able to get civil engineering, and I continued in that because I know that it is part of what I will know I can build a career in it, and it certainly met my own aspirations.
Engineer JIBRIN's tenure at the FCDA showcases a remarkable journey, ascending from a lower cadre to the director and pioneer of the Department of Mass Housing and Public-Private Practice. His transformative leadership is evident in meticulous planning, culminating in the creation of mass housing development guidelines. These guidelines, presented to the Federal Executive Council, became a legal cornerstone, shaping housing development in the FCT.
I got my certified specialist certificate for the public-private partnership. So when I got the appointment as Director of Mass Housing, the pioneer, because before then the program was somewhere in one office in the minister's office in the, in Area 11 there. When Modibo UMAR came as the minister of the FCT, he saw the need to harmonize all the programs on mass housing. Prior to that, the entire mass housing scheme was bedeviled with all manner of issues. People were given massive lands for them to develop housing, to improve the housing stock for both civil servants and other citizens within the FCC, Federal Capital City. They were not doing it at all. They were doing it with a lot of, bad manners. So when I got the appointment, we now had to do something that would bring it, to a very, organized manner. We had to do a guideline that every person that either has a land for mass housing or intends coming to acquire land for mass housing development has to adhere to. The guideline document was, I midwifed that, and we eventually got a very stringent document that was taken to the Federal Executive Council. It was approved and gazetted, so it became a document that is legally, approved, and it became the guideline for anybody who is within the mass housing system or he aspires to do.
A true pioneer, Engineer JIBRIN played a pivotal role in public-private partnerships, venturing into groundbreaking projects for Katampe District Phase 1 Abuja. Despite challenges in implementing the mass housing scheme, his resilience remained unshaken as he aimed to provide affordable housing, contributing to Abuja's growth.
we're talking of infrastructure for Abuja, it's really a large investment. So you need plenty money for you to be able to provide these services for, even if it is a small neighborhood, talk less a district that usually have maybe a minimum of 200 to 300 hectares of land. In some cases you even have the districts that are more than 500 and up to 700, like the Katampe district, where you have your ASO radio and TV station. That place was our pioneer PPP project, where we have 777 hectares of land that the company was, contracted using the PPP arrangement to provide that infrastructure, so that the people that have plots there will be able to have access to basic facilities.
His outstanding contributions have not gone unnoticed, with Engineer JIBRIN receiving numerous accolades, including the prestigious Officer of the Order of the Niger (OON) award, reflecting his commitment to excellence.
In 2011, the President of the Federation, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, gave me the honor of the National Officer of the Order of the Niger (OON), principally because of my contribution to professional development in Nigeria. I remain very grateful for that, and it shows, yes, the appreciation of what one was doing in making Abuja a livable city. And then professionally, of course, I am a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and then fellow of the National Institute of Civil Engineers, and then at national level also I have been given the Presidential Merit Award, I think sometime in 2003 or 4. I remember it was in Warri when we had our annual general meeting. And then, Kano branch had also given me a Chairman's Merit Award, but close to 10 years ago, I remember very well. And then, of course, the branch here, even just last year, I got the Abuja branch Chairman's Merit Award. I had it some other years back, but these are just some of the ones that I can readily remember. And then, even the Institution of Environmental Engineers also gave me, the Environmental Ambassadors Award in 2021, if I remember very correctly.
In 2017, President Muhammadu Buhari recognized his outstanding contributions and appointed him as the Executive Secretary of the FCDA, leaving an indelible mark on the city's development until 2021. Shortly after leaving the FCDA, Engineer JIBRIN's expertise and contributions were once again recognized, as he was appointed as a board member of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation (NDIC) in January 2023. However, the board was dissolved by the recent government in June.
I came to Abuja and I've been working as a civil engineer for many projects, particularly within the water and sewage division, and then some of the district infrastructure at the lower level. It rose up to, to become a director. I pioneered the Department of Mass Housing and Public-Private Partnerships from 2009 to 2016, when I was considered and appointed by the then President Muhammadu Buhari to be the Executive Secretary of the Federal Capital Development Authority from April precisely 2017 until 2021. And just barely a year or so after I left FCDA, I also got an appointment from Mr. President as a board member of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation in January 2023 to about June, when the current president dissolved all the boards of many of the federal agencies. I think that's where we are.
Engineer UMAR GAMBO JIBRIN's substantial contributions to the engineering profession have led to the establishment of an annual lecture series by the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineering in his honor. The platform, having hosted 3 series to date, serves as a valuable means to address critical national issues, especially those affecting the FCT.
The professional side, I started by becoming the secretary of the branch between 1998 and 2001. I was the secretary of the engineers, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abuja branch. And from there I became the vice chairman between 2001 and 2003. And then I capped it up by being the chairman between 2003 and 2005. And also, while still in the headship of the branch, and even after, I became the chief examiner who does the arrangement for people coming in to become corporate members of the Society of Engineers.
His commitment to international best practices extended beyond public service. Post-retirement, Engineer JIBRIN reached out to firms, fostering collaborations with international agencies, showcasing relentless dedication in projects from solid waste design to signage conforming to global standards.
There are some of these firms that we do consulting with. We try to get them to give us opportunities that we can have, some international agencies that will come in to contribute into the development of Abuja. And I think the particular one that I can remember is when we are working to do the environmental study and design for solid waste management in the Federal Capital City. There's a company that we've been working with, we call it QTech, QTech engineering consulting firm in Germany. They try to, help so that in designing the solid waste system for Abuja, we were able to get the carbon credit that Abuja will have to bolster its finances, because we did the design so that it will be able to help, so that we can be able to have some funds.
Engineer JIBRIN's success is attributed to his supportive wife, a barrister who has been his backbone, offering the love and support essential for overcoming challenges and achieving success.
She is a barrister, and she has her own passion, apart from the opportunities that she gives in terms of supporting, giving the needed advices, and making sure that the mind is always at its normal. She has this flair for helping the elderly in particular, and Along the line, she came up with something that we hope will outlive all of us. It's called the Post Old People's Home. It's almost 5 years now on the stream, and it's reaching out to the FCT community because it's a very unique NGO, as it were, because I'm not sure from when she started it there's any other one, and the focus is to have a home where the elderly will be taken care of, for all classes, both the ones that are retired from government jobs and those of them that are in their own, in the private. Maybe you have done all your farming or all your trading and you are out in terms of age, and you have a large family or a family that is gone and you are left alone. These are areas that our NGO is focusing on. She is the founder. I happen to be the grand patron, and we try to make sure that it gets to what she intends it to be.
He's a man of a very serious nature. He takes everything you ask him to do seriously. He likes believing in people. He gives everybody an opportunity. He is patient. He is encouraging. He is supportive. He also is sympathetic. He takes you on your own face value. He doesn't read meaning to your character except you prove otherwise. And because of the sympathy he has for people and the family, he does his responsibility without approval. He takes care of all the needs according to his means of people around him, both the nuclear family and the extended family. He is also a man who cherishes education. If you want to go to school, he's there for you. He will want you to improve on whatever you are doing.
As we delve into his professional roles and affiliations, we unravel a tapestry of leadership that has left an indelible mark on the engineering and administrative landscape.
I have known engineer UMAR JIBRIN, FNSC, UOM for over 17 years now. When I came to Abuja, he was the immediate past chairman of the Nigerian site of engineers, Abuja branch, and I was fortunate to work under him, as at that time he was the chief examiner of the Nigerian site of engineers, Abuja. And so I was the technical secretary of the branch, and I happened to work under him as the technical secretary between 2011 and 2013. And when I left office as technical secretary, our relationship continued. As the chief examiner, I worked under him. As the chairman of the branch, he was the chairman of the Nigerian site of the Abuja branch from 2003 to 2005. As the chairman of the branch, he left a lot of legacies. One of the biggest legacies he left as the chairman of the branch was the introduction of the Abuja Engineers Distinguished Lecture, which later became the Engineer Charles Mbanefo Distinguished Lecture. That lecture is an annual lecture of the society which we hold every year. We held the first edition in 2005 at Shehu Musa Yar'Adua Center. And after that, subsequent editions were held by other chairmen in 2007 and also 11. And we now, in 2011, the chairman then renamed the lecture Engineer Charles Mbanefo Distinguished Lecture in honor of our founding chairman, Engineer Charles Mbanefo.
In a parting message, Engineer JIBRIN urged Abuja's youth to avoid drugs, embrace vocational skills and contribute to national development. His advice resonates with the ethos of personal responsibility and nation building.
Well, I think there is a lot that our youth will have to do and take note of so that our country would be better. You know, in these days where there's a lot of vices, you just advise that they keep off all these drugs, addiction, you know, lazing around. You have to go and read, find some vocation to do. You understand? Once you are occupied in some way, I think you are going to add value to national development.
Engineer UMAR GAMBO JIBRIN's narrative is a beacon for aspiring engineers and individuals committed to community betterment, reflecting the transformative power of dedication, knowledge, and an unwavering pursuit of excellence. He is indeed worthy to be celebrated as one of the heroes of Abuja.